everybody. Welcome to the Love and Light Show with me, your host, Sarah Manning. Thank you, first of all, for either watching on Moonstruck TV or tuning in on A1R Psychic Radio. I'm so grateful that you guys are all here. It's always so much fun when I think the more people we have engaging, listening, watching, even later on, the more energy there is to a show, right? And as I'm constantly reminded, I don't need more energy. I always need to breathe and relax. But that's me. I always have fun. So I hope you guys are having a good week. It's a good week here. We're, watching spring come in and getting the yard work done. I think this is the first time ever I'm enjoying yard work, which is interesting. Anyways, as we're waiting for some callers to come online and join us, I'm going to share a little lesson with you today. If you watch or if you follow me on Instagram, you'll know this one already. If you saw my page anyways, not necessarily that I'm the first thing you look at. Anyways, so we had an interesting thing going on. I find that I'm really excited because this year there's been a lot of change, a lot of movements for me. And I probably say that every year, but I get excited over everything. And then my husband and I, we were talking, we sit on our deck every morning. We're very lucky that we get to do that, but we sit on our deck every morning and we hang out and we talk and we think about things and we talk about our lessons and so on. And he said, Sarah, you're always asked, what can I do? What can I read to improve my intuition or move forward? And he said, you are constantly reading books. Why don't you do books recommended page? And I was like, oh, that is such a good idea. So I was in my mind developing it, thinking how I want to set it up, how I want to group the books and how I can describe each one. And I'm also thinking about copyright laws, making sure that I'm not infringing on those. And I think it was yesterday, actually, either this morning or yesterday. That's how quickly days or like how much days mold into one for me. I noticed that my mentor and my teacher posted on her Instagram that she loved books too, and she's actually going to do a monthly book recommended by her. And I was at first so upset, and I was like, oh my gosh, she's going to think I'm copying her. I feel really bad. I can't believe it. Now I can't do this. And I was totally just bummed out. So I went and go talk to my husband, and I'm like, oh, I can't do it now because my teacher's doing it, and I don't want her to think I'm copying her. And he looked at me and he's like, what's the big deal? Just do it. So many famous people are doing things over and over just in a different way, Sarah. What's the big deal? And I'm not saying I'm famous or anything like that, but it's just funny, right? It's it totally wasn't my teacher saying anything or anybody else saying, oh, you're copying. It's just, what came into my head. And I was like, you know what? That's right. That is right. It doesn't matter. All that matters is that the message gets out there. It does. And trust me, my mentor and teacher has way more to worry about than me. And it kind of made me realize, wow, I was giving my ego permission and my fear to permission to totally squash my desires, totally squash the new thing that was coming forward. Right. I thought that was a really good lesson for me. So what do you ever get inspired to do? Maybe you want to create a crystal and candle shop or a flower shop or a coffee shop, or maybe you have this really great idea that you want to present to your employer and you're like, oh, but somebody else has done it and maybe I shouldn't do it. And there's tons of coffee shops in my area. But the thing is that spirit and intuition has urged you to come up with this idea for a reason. So answer the call, do what you've been asked to do and move forward, and don't let just because somebody else has done it stop you. Maybe you're going to do it in a better way. You're going to reach an audience that that has never been reached before. There's so many different things that you can think of. So just answer the call, do what spirit has asked you to do what your intuition has asked you to do, and nothing but good is going to come out of that. So I'm really excited. So I am going to have a book recommended list by me on my website, and I'll let you all know when it's up and ready. Awesome. Okay. So we have Melissa from, I am totally not going to say this right, so I'm just going to say Queensland, Australia. Hi, Melissa.
Hello, how are you?
I am good, thank you. I hope you're having a really good day. Where are you from? Like, is it Dundaberg? Am I saying that right?
Dundaberg in Queensland, Australia.
Oh, that is so cool. I love that. That's awesome. You guys must be cooking over there.
Yes, we are. It's very nice and warm.
Oh, that's good. I love that. So I feel like I'm squishing myself here. I hope my picture's still good, but I have to back up. I'm like really close to the screen today. Melissa, I'm just going to shuffle the cards here for a little bit and see what we have coming forward for you. Melissa, has your, I feel like I have someone actually coming forward for you in spirit. Melissa, has your dad passed?
No, he hasn't.
Okay, is it your grandfather on your dad's side that's passed? I just have a male coming forward for you.
No, he hasn't either.
Oh, okay. That's all right. I have a really strong male. Did you lose someone that's obviously a male that was a really strong like father figure for you?
No, my mum passed away a couple of years ago now.
Oh, okay. Let me see if I can connect with her. She had a really good sense of humor? Would that be right?
Yes, she does.
Okay, because so I apologize that I misunderstood that it was mom and I thought it was dad and it's actually mom. But she makes my cheeks feel really hot, and in fact, I keep hearing the word cheeky. She just had that really kind of cheeky sense of humor. Does that make sense for her?
A little bit, yes.
Okay. Would it also make, Melissa, would it also make sense that she just had just really rosy cheeks? I'm just really surprised at how hot my cheeks are getting.
Yeah, she used to wear a lot of makeup.
Okay. Sounds good. So I just had to quickly turn my speakers down. I guess that's feeding off. Sorry about that. Okay, so she wore a lot of makeup. Okay, awesome. Melissa, it's interesting because I feel like your mom, was she more on not necessarily with you, but with people that she didn't know, was she more on the private side? Like kind of more private and reserved?
Yes, she was.
Okay, that makes sense. Because I was about to say, I don't have a really strong connection with her, but that in itself can be a sign and just letting me know, hey, I was a little more private, I was a little more quiet and everything like that. So, but she must have, like, at the same time that she was quiet and everything, I feel like she just really loved being outside and loved being outdoors. Does that make sense for her?
Yeah, yes, it does. Yes, she used to like gardening and that.
Melissa, the other thing I want to say is you must really look like your mom.
Yes, I do.
Okay, perfect. Because she keeps putting her hand over her face in a circular motion, and she goes very, very much like me. But she says you use your smile more, and it's prettier than hers. Do you understand that? Oh, Melissa, are you still there?
Yes, I am.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you. Does it make sense that she said that she keeps saying you have a prettier smile and you use it more than she did? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. The other thing, of course, I want you to know is that she's, as I was about to say, so you know, she's like, no, my daughter knows. She says that she loves you, and of course, she's proud of you. And the other thing too is, you have little ones. Is that right, Melissa?
Yes.
Okay, because I keep wanting to say that she keeps wanting to remind you that you don't. I keep wanting to say you don't need a mom to be a really good mom because you've learned everything she could have taught you. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
Okay, perfect. And the other thing, she kind of is a little cheeky, and she's like, and don't think for 1 second I'm not hanging over your shoulder looking over at you, because I am.
Yes.
Melissa, she keeps talking, okay, no, sorry, I don't want to ask that. She keeps making me feel like when you drive or it's actually really stressful for you. Like, I would say that you're not someone that enjoys driving. Is that right?
Yes, no, I don't drive.
Okay, because she's like because I want that really specific stuff when I'm connecting to your loved ones, and it's interesting because even when you don't drive, even just being in a vehicle is really stressful for you. Is that right?
A little bit, yes, yes.
Okay, because she kind of chuckles and she's like, it's a good thing you have phones to distract you because otherwise it's hard for you. And she's like, and I understand that. But the biggest thing you have to remember, she's like, I feel like this is a little bit of her cheeky sense of humor. She was like, it just like that and something else can go wrong. But if you just focus on enjoying the ride and enjoying the scenery, she's like, it won't be so bad. And don't worry about other people. You'll be okay.
Yes, lovely. Thank you.
You're more of I feel like now I'll be honest, I don't know if this is a sunrise or a sunset that I keep seeing, or if it's both, but it's like, oh, wait a minute. Okay, no, it is both. Melissa, your mom was up very early and was in bed like fairly late. Is that right? Like she just was always on the go?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And another, so I like them to give me a lot of validation to let me know that it's really them that I'm speaking to. And she,
yes,
she's like, she likes the fact that you actually enjoy your sleep. And she's like, that's really good. Melissa needs her sleep and she doesn't need to be always on the go. She needs that break time. And I'm happy that she's learning that every day more and more. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
Okay, perfect. Do you have any questions for me at all, Melissa?
No, it seemed to answer quite a lot of them already.
Oh, good. I'm glad I could do that for you. There's something interesting. Okay, so I keep seeing a beautiful, like now I call it red, but I think it's more of an orange rock. And I keep hearing the word bluff. So I don't know if there's a spot in nature that is like a bluff and it's got beautiful orange like coloring on it that you go to. But your mom keeps wanting to say I'm everywhere in nature, but it feels like it's more specific to this one spot. Is there a connection in nature that's got like a beautiful bluff with beautiful like orangey red rocks around it that's connected to your mom? I'm probably making you think on that one, aren't I?
I do have lots of flowers for her.
Okay. I would love to say, oh yes, that's what it is, but it's not. I don't know. I don't quite understand what she's showing me, but I do believe that I really want to be like, she's in nature. She's in there with you. Are the flowers that you planted, are they red?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I knew there had to have been something with the color red. I still believe that there's a bluff or something to do with a cliff where just that someplace that she enjoyed. But the color, she keeps talking about the red color. And as soon as you said flowers, it got stronger. So just know that she knows that the flowers that you planted were in her memory. And she loves the color red because she's like, not only did I love the color red, but it's the color of love. So my daughter knows me well enough to know that that's the one I want. And I say well enough, and she kind of looks at me and goes, oh no, my daughter knows me very well. It's not enough. My daughter knew me. Do you understand that?
Yes, definitely.
Awesome. So I am very sorry for your loss, Melissa, but thank you so much for letting me connect you with her, even for this short period of time. But she's, Melissa, sorry, I was just wrapping up, but I have to come back here. Did she have she makes my lungs feel really painful. And in fact, almost my whole midsection of my body has all of a sudden become really painful. Did she pass due to something with her lungs that went into her back?
Yes, she did. She had emphysema.
Okay. So just another way to validate it was really her that came forward. And as I say that, she said, she says that she wants you to know that the rattling, like I feel like there was a lot of rattling with her lungs, and unfortunately, and she keeps going, it's gone. That horrible sound that I used to make, it's gone. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So and it's interesting because as I'm saying that to you, I'm like, I don't want to, like, this is really, that's hard to remember that stuff, Mom. Can you tell me something else? And she said, no, my daughter needs to know that I'm no longer in pain. And that was really important. She's like, so I really, really want her to know that. And I also want you to know that she keeps talking about your little ones. Do you have 3 little ones, Melissa? Or is there 3 grandchildren? Okay, perfect.
Yes, she does have 3.
Okay, so because I was like, well, if you're watching over your grandchildren, you got to tell me how many there are. And she goes, there's 3. She's like, you tell her I'm watching over all 3 of them. And it's interesting because as I say that, I want to say, is there a 4th one in heaven?
Not that I know of. No, not that I know of.
Okay. I don't know, because I wanted to say, like, I was happy with the 3rd, and then all of a sudden I kept hearing 4th. So I don't know if you're looking for more, or if there's just another one in heaven with her for her own personal. But she does keep saying that she's helping a baby on the other side. So she has purpose, and she's still watching over you. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, Melissa, for letting me connect you to your mom. I hope that gives you some peace of mind and some validation that your mom is really with you. But thank you so much, and I wish you nothing but the best. Okay. So we are just going to move on to Karen in Phoenix, Arizona. Hi, Karen. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I am so good. Thank you. I'm having a wonderful Wednesday, and I love doing the show so I can connect with folks like you. So I was just going to see, I'm just going to wait. I'm just going to keep shuffling the cards here, and I'm going to see if anybody else comes forward. If nobody else, or if I'm not able to connect with anybody through mediumship, please don't believe that's because your loved ones aren't with you. It's just, I've been working all day, and then I get to come on the radio show and do that. Actually, as I say that, Karen, I'm almost like, I feel like it's a day of moms. Karen, is your mom passed?
My mom, no.
Okay. Do you have a grandmother that's passed on the others, or like a female that was really like a mother figure for you?
Yes.
Okay. Karen, she passed very suddenly. Is that correct?
No, not if it's who I'm thinking it is.
Okay. I don't usually do this, but I want to make sure that we bring in the right person. Do you mind just telling me what their first name was? And then I'll try to use that energy to get the correct person.
It could be 1 or 2 people. So either Gladys or Heather.
Gladys or Heather. Okay. Sorry, I kind of chuckle a lot because it's really interesting about the energy, but I feel, okay, so Gladys feels like she was, when you first got to know her, she was a little bit more reserved, but when you first saw her, she looked very prim and proper, but when you really got to know her, she was really funny, and I keep hearing the word hoot. Like, I feel like she was just quite a hoot to be around. Does that make sense for her?
No.
If not, that's okay. Would that make sense for Heather?
Possibly, yes.
Okay. Okay, so I don't like, I like more specific stuff. And when it starts feeling like I don't have the best of connections, I don't want to, okay. Okay, I'm just going to try to pull a card, Heather, and see if they come through a little bit stronger. Again, it's not because they're not around. There can be a variety of different things. It could be maybe my energy is too low, or it's just not it's like a plug into the wall. You have to have that really good connection to make it. And I'm sorry if that's not going to happen today, but I will still give you the card, and we'll see what happens and everything. I feel like Gladys was... I feel like I'm cheating a little bit because I feel like Gladys is an older name, so I don't know if it's an older soul or she just was older than Heather when she passed. Was Gladys older than Heather?
Yes.
Okay. I keep seeing sweaters with Gladys as well. Like, I feel like she was just like just sweaters and cool. Was she always cold? She was with staying warm?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay. I'm sorry, Karen. I really wish I could get that stronger connection for you. So what I'll do, because I'm not getting exactly what I'm sure you were hoping for. What I'm going to do is, if you Facebook message me, what I'll do is we'll spend a little quick time one-on-one when I've got a little bit more energy to be able to get that connection. But in the meantime, I do have a card for you, and it is the Strength card. And to me, this talks about more about Karen, is it fair to say that in a lot of ways you feel like you have to keep the family together? I almost want to say you're the one carrying the weight of the world when it comes to your family. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. The interesting thing about strength and balance is it's very much, there's a maximum weight to everything. There's maximum weight for something as strong as an elevator. There's maximum weight for things like an airplane. There's maximum weights that we all end up carrying. And you have to find what your maximum is, and not extend yourself to that maximum weight that you can carry, or the maximum things that you can do, because that's putting a strain on yourself. What you need to be doing is going, okay, this is really tough. This is really hard. Is this really my responsibility? Is this really something I have control over? And then it's interesting, because even when you make a decision or something said, or you're at an event or a family thing, I feel like you're that type of person that you'll kind of not analyze everything that you've said, but you kind of review it and are like, okay, how could this be taken? And did I say it the right way? And did I make sure that I didn't upset anybody? Is that fair to say that you find yourself doing that sometimes?
Yes.
Okay. First of all, I want to remind you that I keep wanting to say it's not a petty thing. It's not about you trying to be perfect. It's not about you, it's not a put down to make that a realization. And I don't want to add to the weight that you're already feeling. But what I want to do is, sometimes we get stuck in a rut. We all do it. I do it. I'm sure, as I said, you do it. Everybody does it. My husband does it. And we don't even realize it. But what it takes is someone going, hey, you're stuck here, or hey, this is what's going on, and we know that you have good intentions, but this isn't working for you, and it's time to pull yourself out. And what I find interesting is I pulled another card for you as well, and it's the unexpected visitors card, and it's actually upside down. And when a card's upside down, it means pay special attention to the message, or the opposite of. And what I find really interesting is I feel like your intuition and your angels and guides are actually reaching in when you're pulling yourself further down or trying to analyze things. So as you're doing that, I feel like you've started noticing a voice in your head start saying, hey, Karen, it's okay. You can't change it. Just relax. And it's like, you kind of feel a peaceful energy come over you, but then you automatically feel, I shouldn't feel that way because I should be concerned about others. Would you agree that that's right?
Yeah.
Okay. And so that feeling that I was talking about of peace, and that voice of saying, hey, Karen, just let it go and relax. It's very much your guides letting you know that they're there, and they're here to help you. And it's interesting because as I say that, I also want to talk to you about your really strong intuition and would you agree with me that you're also a very strong empath?
I'm sorry, say it again.
Oh, that's okay. Would you agree with me that you are a very strong empath? So an empath is someone that can feel other people's emotions really strongly. If there's a high energy in the room, it gets a little bit dizzy. Do you find that happens to you sometimes?
I never noticed if I could do that.
Okay. So let's see if I can. When you're around people, do you find that whether they, if they say, oh, no, they're if they're like, oh, no, Karen, I'm fine. Do you kind of sometimes feel like they're not really fine, or they're just telling you fine? Like, do you find that you can pick up on energies really well, or feelings really well?
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay. So I would actually be more aware of who you're surrounding yourself with and who you're who you're surrounding with. How was I going to say this? who you're surrounding yourself by, what you're surrounding yourself with, whether it's music, books, people, whatever, and really understand how that taps into your energy. And I'd be very aware of how other people zap your energy. And sometimes it's not even them that they're aware of it. Sometimes we just let them do that out of habit. And sometimes we're not even aware that people are zapping us out of our energy. But that's part of where that strength comes in. And knowing that you've got a lot of strength, you've got a lot of things to give, it doesn't mean that people should be able to take all of it. Again, that strength that we talked about at the beginning, it's not putting yourself to the max, because you still have a life to live and a life to move forward with. And so that's where it becomes understanding, okay, who do I want to bring into my life? Who do I want to allow, whether they're family, friends or not? You can always love people from a distance. So remember to put really strong boundaries in place for yourself. Allow strength to, allow yourself to be strong without the judgment. Sometimes we have to be gentle observers to our own life. I got that term from Gabrielle Bernstein, and I absolutely love that. So guys, be gentle observers in your own life. Be patient with yourself, because you're all just doing day by day things, trying to love yourself, trying to love other people, learn and grow. And we're all going to fail, but all that matters is that we keep going. So that is our show. So Karen, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that those messages provide encouragement and love. And to everybody else, happy Easter long weekend. Love and light to all of you. And thank you so much again for joining me. So take care. Bye. See you next week.